What up, y'all? So Diddy's name is being drawn into the connection of the demise of Tupac. All right, if y'all don't know, right now, Keefe D was one of the people in the car with the alleged assailant of Tupac. Now, he was not the person who pulled the trigger, but since he was in the car and he's the only one still alive, he's being charged with the crime. Now, for years, Keefe D has always said that Diddy offered him and his crew money to take out Tupac. And now, the prosecution in the Keefe D case is using all of this information against Keefe D. Now, he's trying to get this case dismissed, and the prosecution team was like, we have all these transcripts of you saying not only did you take part in a crime, but you were paid to do it. Let's read the article and see what it's about. All right, so this is what the article says. Diddy has been named 47 times in a secretly recorded police interview accusing him of offering millions for the murders of Tupac Shakur and record boss Suge Knight. The rap mogul, real name Sean Combs, was apparently livid that Tupac had badmouthed him and wanted revenge, according to a transcript of an interview filed by prosecutors in the murder trial of Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. Here's Keefe D here. Keefe D filed for the case against him to be dismissed last week, but prosecutors hit back today in a 180-page filing where they claim the gangster has confessed to being involved in Shakur's murder in nearly every form imaginable. And they not lying. He was telling everybody this story. A full transcript of one of the confessions, which Keefe D made during a secretly recorded interview with Las Vegas police in 2009, was included in the latest court filing, revealing some bombshell allegations surrounding Tupac's 1996 murder. Diddy, 55, currently in federal custody in New York City after his September indictment on charges of trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in paid intimacy. He denies the recent charges and has previously dismissed claims he orchestrated Tupac's assassination as completely ridiculous and pure fiction. He's never been arrested or charged over Tupac's death, and Las Vegas cops have previously said he is not a suspect in this case. The new court papers in the Tupac case obtained by the U.S. Sun detail how Diddy was a central discussion point in the previously unreleased police interview, raising questions about his role in the assassination. Keefe, who has pled not guilty to the murder charge, boasted on a tape to Detective Long of the Las Vegas Metro Police Department how he was the boss overseeing 3 other Southside Crips on the crime, but that Diddy allegedly played a role in the assassination. When Long asked directly, "Does he play a role in this thing?" referring to Diddy, Keefe replied, "Yeah." According to the transcript, Keefe then goes on to claim Diddy's hatred of West Coast record label rival Suge Knight was so extreme he instructed him, I'll give anything for that dude head. He, then known as Puffy, allegedly told Keefe that the price on their heads was millions in front of 45 people who were gathered in a room with them, according to the transcript. He added of Suge, who was driving the car when he and Tupac were gunned down, allegedly by Keefe's men. He didn't say no specific dollar amount, but he wanted that man's head, though. Problems? Puffy have any problems with Tupac? Keefe was like, yeah, Diddy didn't like them. Diddy didn't like Pac. Diddy didn't like Suge. Tupac released an infamous diss track, Hit 'Em Up, in June 1996, in which he took aim at Diddy, Notorious B.I.G., and a host of other East Coast rappers. In a transcript, which has now been entered as evidence in the murder trial, Keefe said Diddy's view on Tupac was, F that dude. Keefe then recalls how he was delighted after seeing his nephew Orlando Anderson fire at Pac and Suge off the Las Vegas Strip on September 13th, 1996, saying, damn, we can get paid now. He then clarifies that the source of this alleged payday was Diddy. When you said paid, you mean paid by Puffy, right? Detective asked, to which Keefe says, yeah. Keefe then alleges Diddy did not pay him directly. Instead, a mutual acquaintance named Eric Zip Martin, who had supplied Keefe's crew with the murder weapon, made the payment according to the court filing. Keefe claimed the words on the street through gang circles was that Zip kept the alleged $1 million bounty for himself rather than hand it over, adding on the tape that Zip got paid by Puff at some point. The 61-year-old said he made several efforts to contact Diddy directly after he was released from a conviction prison sentence in 2002. I called Puff when I got out, he said, but Diddy stayed silent. The 143-page transcript is the bombshell evidence that prosecutors feel proves that Keefe, without any immunity protection, must serve life in prison. However, Keefe's lawyer, Carol Arnold, has said his client lied about this and Diddy's involvement in the crime for fame and money. When Keefe's trial is coming up in March, prosecutors recently made an unusual declaration about whether Diddy or Knight could testify as witnesses. Both Suge Knight and Sean Puffy Combs are not unavailable, although they do face their own legal problems. They wrote, seemingly leaving the door open to having them both testify. The judge will listen to both sides of the argument and rule on whether Keefe's trial will progress at a Las Vegas District Court hearing on Tuesday. The Sun has reached out to lawyers and representatives for Diddy for comment, but of course, no reply. So man, this isn't like new news. Anybody who's been in the hip hop community, anybody who's been involved with like knowing about this Tupac case, we've been hearing Keefe D tell this same story for years. People out of Diddy's camp have kind of corroborated it a little bit. I want to say it was Gene Deal. Gene Deal said he never knew if Diddy like paid them boys directly, but he did say that Zip got some money. All of a sudden, he had this big club opened up in Harlem or New York, somewhere up in that area. So some of these things are kind of lining up. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I do have a video that I recorded way back when Keefe D was first arrested. I'm going to tag it to this video. But yo, it's going to be a flashback. So thanks for hanging out with me. I have some more Diddy news coming soon. I'll also be covering the A$AP Rocky case.
Y'all, I'm a big Tupac fan. So when I saw this news that they arrested Keefe D for the murder of Tupac, I'm sitting here like, why? Why are they arresting this man? Yes, he was an accessory to the crime, and he was definitely involved, but he's not the trigger man. Are they using Keefe D to get to the big fish? And that big fish is Sean P. Diddy Combs. Everybody knows that Orlando was the killer. He's the same dude that Tupac them jumped the night of the Tyson fight, which is also the night of the shooting. Keefe D was in the car with Orlando when the shooting took place, but he was not the hitman. Everybody knows it was Orlando. Now, Keefe D has said for a very long time that Sean Puff Daddy Combs was allegedly involved with this hit on Tupac. So let me explain. He said for years, of course, Keefe D is a Crip, and he stated whenever Puff Daddy or Bad Boy came to the West Coast, he offered them protection. There was a relationship between Sean Combs and these people. He said for some time now that Diddy offered him $1 million to kill Tupac. He was so connected with Puff Daddy that in Usher's very first video, Keefe D said that's his car that Puff Daddy was riding in. He let them use his car for the video shoot. So he was, shall we say, an associate of Bad Boy. There was business dealings, protection, phone calls, and connections. He even said after his homie Orlando clipped Tupac that Puff Daddy called him and said, "Hey, was that us?" He essentially said Diddy wanted to get rid of Pac and Suge because he was scared they were going to come after him first. But if you're a Tupac fan, or if you're someone who grew up in LA around the time of this incident, everybody knows it was Orlando. Everybody knows who killed Tupac. It was him, and it's no secret. And how do we know it was Orlando? It's because Keefe D told everybody years ago. He has done a ton of interviews. He's even wrote a book detailing what happened the night of the shooting. He was essentially upset that Puff Daddy never paid him the $1 million, so he just went on this interview spree of telling everybody what happened. So he confessed so long ago, so I'm surprised that this is taking place today. So why are y'all charging Keefe D years later for this murder? Unless, are they trying to get the original Bad Boy?